So I shall record that one as well. Hopefully this has worked. Oh gosh, I hope it's worked. If not, I hope people are forgiving. Okay. No, that's my August newsletter getting sorted. Now, where was I? I was at, no, that's the guide. Okay, so yeah, talking to those people who want more out of life, because yeah, not everybody, you know, will get excited about an extra $500 at the end of the month, but you know, you just got to sort of feel into where people are at. Obviously, if you are looking at, once again, this business, look at maybe where you want to be, you know, what are your goals? Do you want to be elite, premier, you know, within a couple of months? So then what are you, what would be your commitment per se? So how much time are you willing to invest in building that business? And this sort of is a very average overview. So, you know, pardon me, elite premier income. So between 300, 700 a month, you invest 3 to 5 hours a week. And it should, you know, elite within 2 to 3 months, premier within 6 months. And that's just personally enrolling a few people every month. Now that's more or less what I did initially, except that I didn't have, I suppose, I didn't have a real goal. I didn't set any goals per se. I just plodded along. So for me, it took me about, oh gosh, would it have been a year, 18 months to reach premier, to reach elite, I think. And then not long after that, I was premier. And then I've sort of been up and down between premier and elite since then. And, you know, now at the moment working towards creating a silver team. So it's, when I say that's an average, like I said, some people will get there sooner, some people, you know, will take longer. So just once again, find where you fit. Supplementing your income, so premier gold, so, you know, between $7,000 and $4,000 a month. And this is how much time you'll need to invest. And, you know, enrolling 4+ customers and a builder a month. And then if you want to completely replace your income, if that's your goal, then you're looking at, you know, gold, diamond income, working obviously 15 to 30 hours a week and enrolling around 8 customers and a couple of builders every month. But like I said, we all do it differently. This is just a broad sort of average example that they're using here. And then, of course, you know, you launch your business. Like I said, we've just gone over the live guide. And I'll touch on the launch guide if I get the time. If not, like I said, I can do that next week. So choose your pace, you know, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days average. And you hear a lot of, especially in America, you know, some of these people, you know, they go diamond in 60, 70 days, whatever. They're pretty unique. That's not the norm. The norm is, you know, a few years to get to diamond. So yeah, don't think you're doing it wrong if you're not sort of reaching these dizzy heights. But you know, it's good to have a goal though, because you know they've done studies to show that when you actually sit down and write out your goals and set a date, you are more inclined to actually achieve those goals. And that, I think there's a Harvard study out there on goal setting. Of course, it's about sharing these beautiful oils of ours, and so who are we going to share them with? You can sit down, write out your names list. You know, you're always thinking of people. Like still to this day, I think of people, oh my gosh, yes, they'd really benefit from such and such. And especially if you're on Facebook, everybody likes to tell us what's going on with their health on Facebook. And so often, you know, it'll be like, oh man, that person could really use that oil. And, you know, the other day I just put up a little quick blurb. I think I even copied it from our beautiful Laura. And it just said, you know, is anyone here on my friends list just open to, you know, sampling some essential oils? And I had, I think, 6 people respond. Never sort of discount who's watching you. You know, that's one thing I have learned, that doing this business, you might not hear from people, you might not have spoken to them for 20 odd years, but along the way, guaranteed, they'll be clicking on your Facebook page, and they'll be watching your business posts, and they'll be keeping their eye out for you. And it's happened to me quite a few times now. There's one of my beautiful girls now. She's somebody I hadn't sort of heard from in a long, long time, and I was doing a class online, and she just popped up. And at the end of the class, she went, "Oh, can I talk to you a little bit more about these oils?" So yeah, and now she's enrolled and she loves them. I love this: bringing hope, healing hearts, raising leaders, living dreams. The meaningful work of a wellness advocate. And this is undoubtedly the most meaningful work I've ever done, apart from being a mum. But today I've got the willies with being a mum, because kids can be really hurtful. So this, I suppose, I align with this because I'm out there, I'm giving hope to people, and knowing what I experienced health-wise, that's really important to me. So then we go on to the share. Go away. Why does that do that? I don't even know how to get rid of that when it does that. Drop down. Oh gosh, now I've got my share. There we go, share. So when a person decides that they want to start with this business, then obviously sharing is what you have to do. So this is great, because whether you're already sharing and it gives you ways of how to do it, or if you want to start, and the best way to start is have a class, then this is a really good guide as well. So who do you want to invite to the class? Write down write down 20. On average, I think if you invite 20 people, you might get 5 at a class. I think that's roughly on the average they work. How to invite. So, you want to share this experience, you invite them to learn more, remind them that you've got the workshop coming up. And it doesn't have to even be a formal workshop. I've sat around in homes, and I got introduced to the oils by having a cup of tea with somebody, and my friend and Diana just passing me oils to smell. Oh, if you've got that issue, you could use this. So anytime, anywhere, I have shared in cafes, at kitchen tables. I've shared at kids sports events, just one-on-one sort of thing. I've shared in a plane, just talking to somebody. There's no, like I said, there's no hard and fast rules. When you're sharing, you can share anywhere, anytime, with anybody. Sharing online, I like to do that these days. It's it gives you a fairly wide market. And I know Alice is, she's out there and she's done a few lives, and her and her mum have done a couple of classes. And, sometimes it can be daunting, but other times it's easier because it's just you and a computer. So that's one reason I quite like it. And carry your samples with you. So carry your little keychains. Carry your, I've usually got a ice blue rub in my handbag, and a toothpaste. You never know. And the Healthy Can Be Simple guide is a really easy, simple one to carry. Share. If you've got people saying, I'd love some samples, well, send them samples, but also send them, the source to you link, because that's really great. That shows them, the heart of doTERRA and how they're working with our local growers. Sampling tips. So this gives you some ideas about how to, sample well. You don't want to sort of go up to people and go, you need to try this. That's, can find that a bit abrupt. But yeah, share your story. That's what got me started, just sharing my story with people. And a lot of my friends knew how bad my health had been. So, I was, in that circumstance, I was fortunate, because a lot of people just looked at me and went, oh, wow, what are you doing? Can I have some of that? Because, it seems to have helped you in a lot of ways. So, and then host, Chrissy Worthy's, she says, host the bleep class. But yeah, host. Get out there, host. Whether it be, one-on-one, whether it be a proper workshop per se, whether it be just a couple of friends over a coffee in a cafe, just get out there and do it. So, like I said, this is a great guide for those of us who are sharing, and those of us who want to share. this sort of really lays it out for us. Then where shall I go from there? I know we've done that one. That's the PowerPoints. We've done the facts. Okay, does anybody have any questions while I'm up here? Anybody? No? All good? Okay. Half the people I can't see. You're the only one I can see, Alice. All the others are just names on a board. All right.
Yes. I have a question, probably gone over it a couple of times.
Okay,
but
Trace.
Yeah, sharing oils.
Mm-hmm.
What ones should you be giving straight and what ones should you be diluting?
Look, the ones I've got in my little sample keychain are all diluted. Like if I'm meeting people out there that, you know, I might randomly just come across, not necessarily friends or family or whatever, I would play it safe and dilute my samples. If it's somebody, like I said, I put out the who wants to get a sample, I was actually able to message those people and ascertain what would be best for them. So still most of them will be getting diluted samples. If somebody says to me, I have a diffuser, what would you recommend for sleep? Then I know I can give them a neat sample. But yeah, 9 times out of 10, it's only say 2 or 3, maybe 4 drops at the most in a little 1 or 2 ml vial. Top up with some FCO, and then they can use it themselves. You know, they can put it on their wrists, they can put it on the back of their neck, down their spine, on their feet. But yeah, you don't. I wouldn't be sending neat samples per se unless it was specifically for diffuser. Or somebody might say to you, oh, Tracy, I saw that recipe you put up. Can I grab a sample of peppermint, please? Because I want to make those raw chocolate balls things. You know, that sort of circumstance. You would obviously give it neat. But yeah, any other time I would just say, you know, dilute and just go from there. Follow up with them. If you're giving samples, follow up with them. That's really important. What I'll do is, I don't know if I'll go through the Nature Solutions guide tonight unless it's really, really wanted. There's a little bit here about the compensation plan. Once again, that's found on doTERRA. So that explains that for people. That's better, having them down the bottom. It talks about how, you know, as wellness advocates, how we're paid, what we're paid on what level. You know, when you reach elite, you're paid on your 5 levels. Premier gets paid on 6 levels, and silver gets paid on a full 7 levels, and it's 7% for that level. And this is what I'm talking about, dynamic compression. It sort of works its way up per se. So that's, if you've got any questions about that, please let me know. I'll try my best to run through some stuff. Then it talks about your leadership pools. Now, the Premier bonus at the moment is pretty awesome. They only just brought it in the last 12 months. I think my last Premiership bonus was about 260 Australian dollars, which is very nice at the end of the day. That's very nice. We do, as Premiers, have to have minimum one enrolment a month with 100 PV. But, you know, like I said, at the end of the day, on top of our other bonuses, our other commissions, I should say, like your Fast Start and your uni level, that $260 is a nice little thank you at the end of the month. And of course, the gold, the silvers get 1% share of the leadership performance pool. Gold get 5, platinums get 10. Your diamonds get more. They get from the diamond performance pool. And you know, it just keeps going and going and going. doTERRA are very, 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 very generous in their commission, in their compensation plan. Just want to, where else am I going with this? No, that one, did I do? That's the nature solution. Okay, that's that one. Fast starts, power of 3. Like I said, if you've got any questions, girls, you can message me later if you don't want to put them up here. I'm just trying to go through everything. Class PowerPoints. Oh, please. Of course, my mother rings. So we've got a little bit of time. I know it's 6:30. If you've got to go, girls, that's fine. We can leave this for, next week maybe. I'll quickly just run through the natural solutions. So this is the latest class worksheet that we're going to be using from now on. It will appear in the local empowerment kit, or the local empower kit. So that's the one that you get with your 10 orange, the wild orange bottles, and that's what you use to run a class. I give my 5ml wild orange. I give that for those who enroll with me. That's always been my little gift from the very beginning. Sometimes I like to do something extra, like I might throw in a citrus bliss, I might throw in a box. Just depends on how I'm feeling that month. So this is the natural solutions. It's a great class handout. It's just been revamped, and it's really nice. If you've seen the ones on the weekend, they're all lovely and they're glossy, and it's got everything we could possibly want in there to host a class. Talks about
any idea of when they're coming out?
About 2 weeks, they reckon, and they'll be sort of sending them out in the local Empower kits. Obviously, why essential oils are effective, they're natural, they're safe. doTERRA's, like I said, we can't say therapeutic anymore, but they've got it on this thing here. So they're tested. CPTG, certified pure tested grade. So how can we use them? Aromatically, topically, internally. The great thing about this guide is it opens up not only the top 10 oils, but more of our products that we produce, like the personal care products, the cleaning products, all the On Guards in there, which is great. The Ice Blue rubs, the Aroma Touch, the toothpaste, touches on the LLV, and it just gives people, I suppose, a really good overview of how they can start their own wellness journey. In the class, asking them what do they want to feel less of and what do they want to feel more of, and really getting them to think about those things. And then, we can run through these oils. Like I said, a little bit different to the standard class we used to have, the top 10 oils. So this one introduces things like past tense, serenity, talking about the fractionated coconut oil, aroma touch, the Digest Zen Terrazyme. Once again, touching on the LLV, how you can use it on a daily basis. Choosing the best... Sorry?
Will they be having Australia and US ones? Because I see they've got Breathe and...
look, I think they'll probably... these will be the ones that... I haven't actually looked to see if they differ per se. Yeah, see, they've got... Yes. In our guide, it actually has Easy Air, whereas this has Breathe. So the Australian guides are TGA approved, so they will have our names in our guides. So I just checked that, and it does say Easy Air in ours. Don't know if you can see it. No, bad lighting, but it does say Easy Air there. Yeah. Choose the best kit. So obviously, the diamond kit. Oh dear. And we don't have that. That's called our oil sharing kit. Oh, no, that's different. Oh, okay, girls. It looks like I've downloaded the American Nature Solutions, not the Australian one. I apologise for that. So what I will do is get out of that and see if I can bring it up. So Nature's Solution Australia. Nature Solution Australia. Oh, see, that's me not watching what I was doing. Nature Solutions. No, I don't think I'm going to be able to find it now. Oh no, hang on, that's OTAU. No, silly buggers. No, that's just AU enrollment kits. Oh no, I would have to go and find it. Oh, and I don't think I'm going to be able to do that tonight. Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought what I had downloaded was no. I'll go to doTERRA.com and see if I can find it there. Oh no, doTERRA.com.
I just googled doTERRA Australia.
Did you? Okay, love. doTERRA.com.au. Bear with me, girls. Where am I going? Search. Empower. Is it going to have it there? Empowered success? No. Oh, it might not have it. No, it's going to play silly buggers. All right. Empowered success. No, that's in the Australian.
If you go into our advocates, it has empowered success in there.
Does it? Oh, you're so clever. Empowered success. Thank you, Alice.
That's all right.
Oh, see, why wouldn't it bring it up? Bother. Okay. Downloading. And we'll see if we can. That's all it's downloading for me. Yes, Tracy?
I found where it says download natures, I had to click on that because when I clicked download down the bottom, it was coming up as PDF crowd or something weird.
There we go. You're a gem. Thank you, girls. Okay, so back to this. All right. So then it talks about living empowered, how we can use our different products during our day. Now, this is it. Okay, the oil sharing kit. So usually you find people who have already established businesses or who want to hit the ground running, they purchase the oil sharing kit. It contains a bucket load of oils. And then, of course, you've got your home essentials, you've got your family essentials. Now, your Nature Solutions one is what we're really focusing on these days. It has massive savings. You get 100 free product points. You start at 15% rewards, and it's literally everything you could want to hit the ground running and overhaul your medicine cupboard. Just really, I suppose, completely overhaul your life per se. So you've got all your oils that you need. You've got things like your Purify. You've got your Smart and Sassy, or Slim and Sassy. Well, no, Smart and Sassy here. I can never remember. Citrus Bliss, Aroma Touch. A few of those different ones. Lavender Peace. You've got your Easy Air, which is fantastic. That one, especially if you've got littlies. You've got your Ice Blue Rub. You've got your toothpaste. You've got your awesome foaming hand wash. You've got a box to keep it all in. You've got On Guard beadlets. Correct X, past tense, Clary Calm. You could easily see this being introduced into a family and immediately having an impact on that family's health. So that is a really good one. I know, I think Stacey's actually in the last couple of months, she's enrolled a few people, 2 or 3 people with the Nature Solutions kit. And she had a lady at the event on Saturday who was going to enroll with the Home Essentials kit. And after she'd listened to everyone talk on Saturday, she said to Stacey, no, I think I'm going to go for the Nature Solutions kit because that's, it's going to serve every purpose, all my family members and what we're looking to support. So how was that? Obviously, talking about loyalty rewards, which is always very important. It's the best way you could possibly have, to be purchasing goods from, say, Woolworths and Coles. You get very little back. Even if you have a rewards card, you get so little back for what you spend. I say at the moment I've got 88,000 Flybuys points, which gives me a whole $400 worth of credit. Yay, $400. I spent about $90,000 to get those 88,000 credit points. But with doTERRA, if I had 88,000 doTERRA points, oh my gosh. And it's as simple as a 50 PV order every month, to watch your percentage grow. And these days, I can wait a couple of months and easily have 250 points sitting in my back office ready for me to buy free oils. So, by the end of a person's 12 months, if they've consistently put in orders, they will be earning 55% in savings and credit points by that stage. And literally, people like my mum who, she'll order 50 PV or she'll order 20 PV and then she'll order 40 PV and then she'll order 60 PV. And so she's been up and down over the time with doTERRA. But I checked the other day and she's at 30% now. Even though it wasn't every 3 months, it eventually got there. So, she benefits from that now. So I highly recommend everyone does LRP, that, and don't ever cancel it. Okay, so live the wellness lifestyle. We've gone through that, sharing, making an impact on the world per se. I love this over here. Every time you buy a bottle of doTERRA essential oil, you're changing someone else's life, and you are. If you watch those co-impact sourcing videos on YouTube, you will know just how important what we're doing is, And then things, obviously you've got Hope Oil and the impact that's having on young children out there in the world who are in this sex trade. Obviously, this also includes the price list, which is great. It's a one-stop, like I said, one-stop brochure for holding workshops. And then they've got their wholesale customer agreement form and they've got the wellness advocate agreement form there, depending on which one they want. One of the girls on the weekend, she brought up a good point. She says to people, okay, everybody is going to enroll as a wholesale customer until they decide they want to hold a workshop and, start the ball rolling and sharing the oils with their friends as well. So that was something one of the girls does. And it really, she said, that really generates interest for people to actually go, oh, well, I'd like to be a wellness advocate, so I want to host a workshop. So, that's another way of growing your business. So I think I'll stop the recording now, if I can find out how to stop the recording. Stop recording.